Hello, hello, and welcome back as we prepare to once again delve the depths of the cellars and catacombs of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. Now, hopefully, this will be the trip in which we finally stumble across one of those nice casks of Amontillado the kids are always talking about. Sure, it's irritating to have to pry the dead guy off the top of the barrel after you dig him out of the wall, but I've heard that once the fallen brickwork and the rotting corpse is out of the way, the Amontillado is some mighty fine drinking. And, you know, the extra decadence involved with actually murdering someone as part of your drinking and partying ritual is really beginning to take Hollywood by storm. So much, in fact, that Cristal's status as a Vliebengood is in pretty dire jeopardy. At this point, I truly think it's really only a matter of time before Jay-Z is forced to trade his vial of Cristal for a flask of the cask. So, you know, without any further ado, I think we should get underway and see if we can't join the ranks of the movers and shakers and pop the top on a little of the sweet life for ourselves with that cask of Amontillado. So, let's get started here. A couple things to take care of before we head into the dungeon, however. Gonna run over to our stagecoach and see if we have any promising young rising stars or starlets to join our crew here. Anybody who maybe wants to take part in the crusade. I am liking another Hellion. Good abilities on the Hellion. Flagellant, and she's nocturnal. Steady and amateur weaponsmith. Interesting with Gifford. She's a potential candidate. Fear of Eldritch, that's bad. Early Riser, not good. No, actually, Early Riser is good. It's bonus speed. Fated is fantastic, actually. He has good. No, he doesn't have the one that marks the target. Okay. If he had vulnerability hex, we would probably actually take that guy. I really think he would be the right choice, but with the lack of vulnerability hex, perhaps not. Let's see what our this guy. Does he have the lunge? He does not. So if he had lunge, Shadow Fade and lunge combo together reasonably well. Thrown Dagger is okay. Poison Dart is just straight up garbage. It always misses, and even if it hits, it does no damage. Toxin Trickery, it's kind of a hand wash. I don't necessarily like this guy, though, actually. This may be a situation where we just don't take anyone. Yeah, you know what? I think this week we don't hire anyone. We do only have one slot left, so we would sort of like to reserve that for, because we would have to upgrade in order to get more troops. You know what? I think this time we don't take anyone. We just kind of cool our heels, and we're going to give old Deckard here a chance to maybe redeem himself. But let's see what missions are available for today's journey into the dungeon. We could head to the Warrens, or to the Warrens rather, complete 100% of room battles. Interesting. We sort of are looking for deeds, though, so let's see if we have a quest that would give us deeds. Explore 90% of rooms. 4 deeds for that. 6 deeds to complete 100% of room battles, but this is a medium mission. Very intriguing, actually. You know what? I think we'll do this. We need the deeds. I want to upgrade my blacksmith, and I would very much like to upgrade them so we can start getting advanced weapons and armor for our troops. So I think we're going to go for the medium mission. We'll do the little longer mission here. We're going to take Roderick Usher. We need somebody for our 2-hole. And no, that wasn't an anal joke. Not that 2-hole. Come on, grow up. Could take Half-Cock Jack, but the problem with that is once Half-Cock Jack reach Resolve level 3, he will no longer go on these sort of low-ranking green missions. He'll refuse to do anything that's not at least a veteran mission or higher. So I think we hold off on Half-Cock Jack. Let's take Deckard instead. We'll give him a chance for a little bit of redemption. We are going to take our premier healer, however, and that's going to be Madeline Usher. And then I think in our 3rd slot, we may go with Randolph Carter. It's either Randolph Carter or Dr. Moreau. Dr. Moreau does not have blinding gas. You know what? He is not really that good. We should consider actually firing Dr. Moreau. We could take Hannibal Lecter. Wouldn't mind having Dr. Lecter along. Let's take a look at his camping skills here. Not great. You know what? Let's stick with Randolph. Let's head on over and provision, and we'll get this started. Of course, we're going to get 1 chunk of firewood because we are going to have to camp at some point. We're going to take quite a bit of food. We've got to explore 90% of the rooms. This mission could be pretty big, so we're going to take 18 food. I'm going to take 2 shovels, even though my conscience tells me I should probably take 3. And then 1 key. Torches. Let's take... We're going to take 10 torches. That should be plenty. So a pretty hefty outlay of initial expenses for this mission. Let's get stuck in and hope that our investment matures much more so than, you know, like, say, Half-Cock Jack. Not particularly mature. I mean, the guy's got the word cock in his name. What do you expect? Anyway, into the Weald. Here we go, then. Let's see.
Has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves.
Well, that sounds awful, Mr. Narrator. Now, our layout for it's complete 100% of room battles, but our layout for this is actually pretty solid. We've got just a straight-up linear path here. Now, if there's a ton of resistance, of course, between us and the end of that path, I guess it becomes somewhat less desirable, but as it stands, this doesn't look too terrible. So immediately, I'm already regretting bringing 2 shovels.
To the spreading corruption.
Yeah.
Malformed with misintent.
Yeah, malformed with misintent. Clearly, the brambles were out to get us. They're nefarious brambles. I think the narrator may have some psychological problems. He tends to anthropomorphize things that don't necessarily warrant it, let's just say. Oh, you know what? This guy does not even have Marked for Death. I should not have brought Deckard. Should not have brought him. We're going to have to rely on Flashbang to get us out of a bit of a sticky jam here. Delicious, delicious sticky jam. Should be smearing that shit on toast and going to town, really. So that guy was forced to pass because he had no abilities he could use from his 3rd slot. That's excellent. Madeline Usher, very prone to the stress. She really, really freaks out at effectively even the most minor of setbacks cause her to just panic in kind of a ridiculous way. A groping swipe there for Deckard, nothing to worry about. Do we want to go with the... I really don't, actually. I would prefer to just kill this cultist if we could. Not a great hit from Sir Roderick there. This is going to be... Oh, he's going to push our bounty hunter back. That's a problem. Not sure our bounty hunter has any abilities that work from the back row. In fact, I'm pretty sure that he does not. Gonna go for the Hands of the Abyss then, since Sir Roderick got pushed forward. We can stun that guy. He could hook and slice. You know what? Let's hook and slice this Acolyte, see if we can pull him forward. No dice. Alright, so Madeline pulls the kill. Yes, you're right. It's literally the faintest of hopes, actually. Gonna hit the fungal guy there. This gentleman's stunned, so we don't necessarily have to worry about him too terribly at the moment. Roderick getting a nice slap from the narrator there. You know what? Why don't you just move, Deckard? You have nothing to offer from that position. Just move. We're going to Hands from the Abyss. I think we should Hands from the Abyss Mr. Fungal Scratcher here, see if we can get the stun. We can. And I think Roderick's just going to... Yeah, we'll have him go ahead and hack the cultist down. So Roderick with a bit of chopping. Just go ahead and have Madeline heal our bounty hunter here. Old Deckard, ever on the lookout for replicants, doesn't quite know what to make of these fungal scratchers. Go for the collect bounty. Yeah, we got some damage out of Deckard at least. And I have to say, I really feel that Mr. Deckard is definitively working his way towards being shit-canned. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Badly injured is Mr. Randolph Carter now. We've got to get a heal on him. Madeline going to patch Randy up there. Finish off the fungal scratcher, but just one turn too late for Randolph Carter, who is now sort of in dire straits. He's very, very badly hurt. We can patch him up again, but still, the guy only has 19 total hit points, and he took 15 from a single blow. Gonna go for the sacrificial stab. Let's hope that Deckard can get it done. Alright then. So a little bit of redemption for Deckard there at the end. And we did, hey, we picked up a trinket. What does this do? Extra protection, less damage.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
You call this wealth beyond measure? Mr. Narrator, you and I have significantly different definitions of the word wealth. 25 gold wouldn't really say fantastic wealth. I will take the 4 deeds, though. Very pleased to have those. So even if we are forced to abandon this mission, we do have 4 deeds. got that working for us. So we're not going to come out at a total loss other than our initial outlay of cash, which we've made back precisely 25 gold of, which according to the narrator is a fabulous fortune. That's actually sort of a fabulous fortune, Mr. Narrator. Just now you actually know what one looks like. I'd like you to be more accurate in your descriptions henceforth. We haven't even gone 2 rooms yet, and we've already found 2 thorny thickets. I can't help but feel that at some point between here and our destination, we're going to be digging with our bare hands. And our light level has dropped dramatically because I have not been paying great attention to that. Why we got a scouting chance off of that, I'm a little unsure, but let's bump that light level up. Just, you know what, we're going to go for a 3rd torch here, actually. We've got a fight coming. So it's going to be good to have the light level up. As much chance to surprise the monsters as we can get. Just 2 ectoplasms. Ectoplasms are actually not incredibly dangerous monsters. They do some damage, not fantastic damage. They do have an ability called cytokinesis, I think, where they split themselves, and if that ability hits, it actually makes another slime. They just split themselves into 2. We're going to patch up old Randolph. Get Randy back in action. We could have Randolph heal. You know, I don't think it's worth the bleed. Let's just have him do some damage. 7 damage, actually, pretty good. That guy will probably be dead. You know, I think it's worth it to just make sure he dies, so we'll go for the hit there. And we're going to rely on Sir Roderick to go one-shot kill. Damn, Skippy, Sir Roderick delivers. He didn't spend all that time practicing a fucking violin and playing haunting melodies for nothing. That gives him the focus he needs to, you know, slay enemies. Drive his sword straight into their breast. A beast carcass. Well, this could have food on it. Let's check it out. Nope, just actually a rotting carcass. Alright then. Randolph, you're prone to investigating things that don't necessarily need to be investigated. Why don't you go poking around in this desiccated old tree? Oh, and treasure. Alright. Ooh, another trinket for us. Plus 10% chance to bleed skills and -1 crit. That's actually a very solid ability. We will probably keep that for maybe half Cockjack, or more likely for our Hellion. That's actually an excellent, excellent little trinket there. Let's burn another torch. And I have a feeling that before this mission is over, we're going to be wandering around in the dark. Alright, so just more ectoplasms. This is good, actually. This is an easy fight. You know what? I think we'll go for the sacrificial stab instead of the abyssal artillery. It's only going to hit one guy either way. Sacrificial stab, little more likely to connect. We're just going to have Deckard go for the wounded guy, although we could have had him go for an uninjured guy, and he still would have gotten the kill there. A little bit of party heal for Madeline. Okay, so here's cytokinesis. Now, that did 1 damage, but it's going to make another slime. This guy's going to do the same thing, and suddenly the slimes have completely bolstered their ranks. Well, that's unfortunate. This, with the max damage roll, could flat-out kill 2, however. Let's go for it. Didn't even do any damage. Alright then, well, no reason to not abyssal artillery this time. Oh, no! Fantastic hit from Randolph Carter, a palpable blow. I tend to agree, Mr. Narrator. It was, in fact, a singular strike. Well put, sir. Man, I'm getting total riff back from the narrator. Everything I says, he fucking monkeys back at me. It's like he's a 6-year-old just fucking playing the why are you saying what I'm saying game. We're gonna flashbang one of these guys and see if we can't stun him. We did. Good. Also shuffle them to the front. I was worried that they might cytokinesis and make more, but we only have 3 to deal with this time. Party heal. Party! Healing! Yeah. Alright, Deckard, why don't you kill one of these guys? Thank you. Justify your presence and inclusion, sir. Alright, so 9 aggregate damage, not nothing. I'm gonna go with another stab here from Randolph. Randy, wielding his sacrificial dagger with the skill of a David Koresh, actually. Looking like a veteran occultist there. Once again, another face stab from Randy. He really knows his way around the reverse hook dagger. His signature weapon. Man, we just can't seem to get 2 kills in a row to keep these guys down. Alright, so Randolph, we're resorting straight on to sword here. Randolph is at a loss for any kind of more esoteric solution to the problem. Now he's just going to hit it with a sharpened chunk of metal. Fortunately, Deckard there to close it out. Seems Deckard should be considerably more effective against those slimes. I mean, hunting replicants is maybe what he was actually built to do. Seems like he should be a little better at it, although he did get some kills there. So it was an heirloom chest, and it was trapped. Lovely. Thanks for tricking me, game. Always the heirloom chest is always the one that's trapped. Just always suspect it and use the key anyway. We found a mummy. Who wants to check it out? Randy? Seems like your kind of deal. Man, every time we have Randolph Carter's, you know, investigate something suspicious, the guy comes back with loot. Pretty fortunate seeming. I think he got maybe some supernatural luck working for him. This is considerably less lucky, however. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we got to flashbang this Fusilier, because fuck those guys. They are the most deadly thing in perhaps the entire game. The entire enemy arsenal. They are amongst the most deadly. Double dodge there, Randy. Not really getting it done for us. Could go for the stun here, but the big fat brigand is real resistant to stun. Not resistant to damage, however, so I honestly feel that just straight up going for the kill on him is sort of your best bet. Madeline can't really offer anything from her current position, so she's going to go for the party heal because Mr. Fusilier here is going to be grape-shotting the shit out of us momentarily. That is an ass load of stress from a single attack right there. The area effect criticals, they're just decimate you in the stress department. They really pile it on. So once again, we're going for the flashbang here. We need this guy stunned. Pushed him back to the back, which is unfortunate, but we can at least put some damage on him. This guy's going to shank us. He's going Oz style. He's going to shank us in a shower, and now our entire team is bleeding. Madeline, Divine Comfort, please. Or 1. Well, that'll at least sort out the bleed. Randolph catching himself a little bit of punishment there. Roderick, go for the hack, man. Hack the bone! Hack the bone! Alright, so we got our stun. You know what? We can't hook and slice from here. We could try and knock him back. What's his move resistant like? Good uppercut him. Let's go for the uppercut and see if we can push him back. Oh, beautiful. That worked quite nicely. So we're going to go for a little bit of extra heal here. We're going to need Randolph to contribute a little bit of occult medicine for us. Madeline, group heal would probably be better, but why don't you keep Randy in action? No blood left for the leeches, says Sir Roderick, and, well, he would know. He's probably been leeched a time or two in his life. The Fusilier is down, so we have one source of fucking ridiculous area damage and potential ridiculous whole party criticals eliminated. Few light lashes for Sir Roderick. Apparently this bandit has watched the recent debut of 50 Shades of Grey and really decided that a little light BDSM was kind of his thing. He's down. That's cool.
A devastating blow.
Not that those books were well written, because Jesus Christ, they were abominable. Keep chopping. Keep hacking the bone, Roddy. Go for it like Roddy Piper style, man. Just like they live. Just keep hacking. Keep hacking. Keep hacking. Should get you some magic sunglasses, really. We want to, you know, fully develop that conceit. We really do need to get you the magic sunglasses. So some more blood. Brigand takes a hack to the face. More Rain of Whips. You gotta be shitting me. He pulled that shit off twice. That's like almost 100 total stress for our party. Ridiculousness. 2 damage heal. We're honestly hoping for better. Madeline came up big for us, at least. So, no one very badly injured, but stress becoming a significant enough issue that we may need to camp shortly. Good loot, however. We're doing pretty reasonable in the loot department. At this point, I think Sir Randolph is going to be investigating basically everything for us. Simply because he's really kind of the only guy who has enough available wiggle room in the stress department to not immediately be overwhelmed and kind of freak out. So the mean puppy's going to try and bite Roderick Usher, but Roderick Usher already has had rabies once, so he's not necessarily afraid of dogs at this point. They've basically done their worst, and Sir Roderick has just kept coming back for more. Well, that was an unfortunate dodge. We were hoping for something big from the Abyssal Artillery there, but didn't quite get it. Rain of Blight. 2 total damage, double resistance. That's That's positive. Alright, Deckard. Making sure that guy does not replicate. Gonna kill Rutger Hauer's dog. That's it's gonna piss him off. Double blight, so there we go. The connection has happened in the double blight department. See a lot of postings from double blight actually on the misconnections part of Craigslist. I was a disease particle drifting through Starbucks. You were an antibacterial swab lurking in the pocketbook of a young lady. It's a true star-crossed lovers kind of romance right there. Some Romeo and Juliet shit. A little bit of escape cloud going for the blight, did not deliver. So Roderick going for the facial stabbing, does deliver. A little bit of stress reduction thanks to the facial stabbing. You know, there's nothing that relieves stress quite like shoving a sharpened implement right into some hideous fucking monster with an upside-down head and one too many legs. It really is quite cathartic. You had a tough day at the office? You know, just go shove a dagger into some kind of horrible abomination from beyond the moon. You'll feel better. I'm serious. You'll trust me. You'll feel better. Considerably better. Another escape cloud. Successful that time, and now our whole team is blighted. That's bitchin'. So maybe a little chopping here, guys. One short, but I have every confidence that Randy's gonna finish the job. Yeah. Alright, so an extra key, a torch, some medicinal herbs, which are good. We can actually make good use of those if we find a food container. This ancient coffin we're going to try and purify with holy water. Didn't do anything. Well, let's just open it then. Hidden treasures. Excellent. 2 busts and 100 gold. So, not quite as excellent as I had originally hoped, but still okay. We still haven't camped, so we do have that at our disposal. If things go, you know, too terribly awry in the next couple fights, we can camp if the need arises. Let's have Randy take a look in the eerie spiderweb. Nothing to see here. I see that Madeline Usher has found herself a trap, but Madeline was already bleeding, so it's not really a problem. Check out the mummy, Randy. What's Randy find? 25 gold. Apparently that mummy died with his pockets loaded with change. Must have been a terrible adventure. Didn't find shit before he croaked. Alright, so we should consider camping, but I'm actually going to go for one more room. I'm going to try one more. We are going to crack a torch here. Just to keep our light level high-ish. Also, we're going to get a free torch here, so
the path is clear.
We're going to take one extra.
You require only the strength to follow it.
Keep moving along. Randy, check out this backpack. More loot. Seriously, this guy is very fortunate when it comes to the loot. And I think we will eat a couple food. Just eat 4 food there. Alright, so here's a fight, but this fight is actually trivial. We have both surprised the enemy, and none of these foes is particularly stalwart, so we're not real worried about this. Hack and slash there from old Deckard takes out one of the maggots. Madeline Usher gonna get a chance to do some free group healing here. Facial stabbing for Randolph Carter finishes off the scary spider, and I have to imagine that Sir Roderick is just going to chop this guy down. Yep, there we go. So a very negligible encounter from which we net 2 busts. Fight, nice.
Slow and insidious killer.
You think I'm overconfident, narrator? Really? I mean, so far things I gotta say have been going pretty well. I mean, we're confident, yes, but I don't necessarily think I would say that we're overconfident currently. Our confidence is approaching sort of appropriate levels. Now we have a problem. We can't go to that room. Fortunately, we know there's no room battle there, but I do not want to take the stress for digging through a barricade, so we're going to go this way. But before we do that, I think it's time to camp. So let's whip out the firewood, bring out the old 6-string, play a little kumbaya, most importantly, free up an inventory slot. We're going to do that as well. We're going to feast, so everybody gets some heal and stress reduction for overeating. Everybody like a demanja. So let's take a look at our camping abilities. Wound care. Bless. Actually, bless quite good. Chanting. Not sure how many of our people are religious. I know at least Roderick is. Takes only 2 time. I think we'll go ahead and chant. See what we get out of this. So, yes, chant. Yeah. Oh, that actually only works on 1 person. My bad. I thought that was a group thing. Alright. Sorry, I was expecting a little group action from Madeline Usher. Call me crazy. I thought, thought an orgy was going to break out, but I guess not. Anyway. So we can reduce stress by 25 for one companion and give everybody else 5. We're absolutely going to do that. Oh, fuck. That works on him. Glad I'm misreading all of these and gave everybody stress except for the one guy I sort of didn't want to have stress. Excellent. Do we have anything that I can use to reduce somebody else's stress? Yes, a zealous speech. So let's absolutely do that. Now we just need something we can use to kind of give Madeline... We could encourage her. Scout ahead is really good. Gonna heal him and give him +5 speed. Alright, so I think what we'll do, we will encourage Madeline. We've got to get some more stress off of her. And then, probably for our final ability, we'll go for 10 accuracy and an extra 5% critical. For... You know what? Our critical chance on our occultist is already pretty high. We're going to give it to the occultist, actually. We're going to kind of buff Randolph up. And then we'll rest. Probably going to get ambushed here. We did nothing to sort of prevent it. No chance of foraging more timber. Best press on. Because we came down here to fucking do some light logging. Is that, you know, what we're here for? A little bit of lumber investment? Doesn't really seem like why we came down, Randolph. I mean, more interested in thwarting the elder horrors from beyond the pale. We're going to get in a fight here. What's our torch like? 88 is good enough. Let's hope we get a surprise. We did not. Rent for the old gods. Alright, 2 damage and a bleed then for Deckard. Madeline's gonna just patch us up with a little bit of party heal. Really wanted to try and kill that cultist. Stress is a problem. If he throws a tempting jolt at Madeline, that could turn out badly for us. So let's give him a quick facial stabbing. Ah, we were hoping for the critical with our buff. We were hoping to get lucky and maybe get it down, but no dice. Fortunately, Deckard was there to back up Randy. Get the kill. So that just leaves us with one brawler who, honestly, not much of a threat. A little bit of group heal, and we're going to come out of this battle actually ahead of where we started from both a stress and damage standpoint. We managed to reduce our stress and heal at the same time. It's been a good little battle for us. Womp. So Sir Roderick and his Sword of Smiting really starting to sort of gain speed as we get into the downhill part of the run here. Another mummy. Randy, that's your job. Check it out. Now, nothing of value on that one. Apparently, Randolph Carter getting a little tired of rifling through the pockets of dead men. Understandably so. It's, you know, he's done a lot this mission so far. I personally never get tired of rifling through the pockets of dead men. In fact, it's actually one of my favorite hobbies. Never learn so much about someone as you can by what's in their pocket. You know, Bilbo Baggins, One Ring, stuff like that. It's pretty important. So I think we're going to go for the Abyssal Artillery here. 6 damage, acceptable. Madeline's going to go once again with the group heal. Keeping everybody healthy. You know, I think we're going to go actually with the flashbang on one of these artilleries just in the hopes that it shuffles him to the front. Well, it didn't quite get him to the front, but it did get him far enough back to move one of those scratchers, which is fine. Roderick's going to hack into said scratcher that's in the front. You know what? I think we just go for the hack. Was hoping we'd get to kill there. Didn't quite make it. We're going to get marked. Deckard is now marked for death. Now, Steven Seagal is going to be real pissed that Deckard is marked for death. That's his fucking bit, man. You don't steal Steven Seagal's bit. He will fucking tear your limbs off and beat you to death with it. And has actually torn men's limbs off and beat them to death for far lesser transgressions. One dead fungal artillery. Little groping swipe. Oh, sorry. This is a little like riding the Tokyo subway here. A lot of groping swipes coming at us. It's unpleasant, but just, you know, one of those common hazards of the day. If you're riding the Tokyo subway, I mean, you're gonna get groped. It's gonna happen, folks. Just face it. And the stress there, ugh, so much more dangerous than the damage. You know, I think we're better off actually having Randolph do damage. Boom! That's why. Massive thunderous crit, getting a little bit of that stress back for us. Not all of it by any chance stretch the imagination, but some. Sir Roderick with a little bit of hack. Gonna go for the group heal, of course. Alright, come on, Deckard. This is your time to shine, man. This is your moment. Alright, that's the way to show us what you're made of. Good job. Oh, Bleeding Pendant. So good. So the Bleeding Pendant, possibly the best Hellion item in the game. And yes, it is only a common, but it's plus 15% chance for bleed skills to work and an extra 10% damage. They are so, so good. Alright, so let's open this bad boy up, see what's in here. I know it's unlocked, and yes, I'm still using a key just to make sure that there is no trap. Still a trap. Well, fuck me then. Okay, now the question of the day. Do we risk continuing on in search of additional treasures? Honestly, I think we've stolen enough for one day. I really do. Especially, I don't want to take any risk at losing this Bleeding Pendant because, man, they are really good. So I think our best bet here, our mission is complete. Let's just get things wrapped up. This should turn out to be a very profitable little mission for us. Yeah. So, more than 10,000 in raw gold, which is well more than what we issued on provisions. We got a ton of crests. We actually picked up quite a number of deeds as well. All total, 10 deeds. And an extra 6 busts. 6 busts? That sounds like a 4-way. Oh, a menage a quad? I actually don't know what the word for that is. There may actually not be a word for it. So, a Night Owl. It's not really overly useful for us since we're playing a sort of a high light campaign. Night Owl actually a good perk, however, if you are running without light. Stomach cramps. Minus 20% heal in camp. Okay, so Deckard has a little bit of a tender stomach. Considering he's a replicant, I'm surprised he can eat food at all, really. Improved balance is actually excellent for Randy. Madeline, with a bit of a stress problem, now rank 2, also is manic for the cash. So, I guess that makes Madeline Usher kind of a gold-digging whore, then. Well, I mean, not necessarily a whore. We don't know how she behaves in her personal life. It's sort of discourteous to make that accusation without any summary proof, but she is definitively a gold digger. I guess she could also be like a gold digger and a cock tease. It just seems like that's not necessarily the best recipe for getting your gold dug. Seems like, you know, better chance of getting that done if you're going to actually give it up. I mean, you didn't see Richard Gere in American Gigolo. I mean, it's not like he was withholding a D. He was liberally applying the D in order to make sure that he got paid. Just saying, Madeline. Anyway, that's enough sort of slut-shaming of Madeline Usher. I think we've probably got that more than covered. Let's get some stress relief taken care of. So, Quasimodo, what will you do to lighten your burden? Pretty much anything. You actually have no negative quirks, surprisingly. So, your stress level is not huge. Let's send you to the cloister for a little meditation, actually. You seem like the sort of fellow who would enjoy a little bit of peace and quiet. Get you devoted to that. Deckard, I think we'll probably have Deckard go drink. Yeah, why don't you go... Oh, wait, doesn't he only go... He only gambles. Fine, go gamble, Deckard, you fucking degenerate. And who else needs a little bit of stress relief? Well, Madeline Usher is going to need some stress relief, but I think she only drinks. Alright, Madeline, you drunken whore. Jesus, Madeline Usher is starting to remind me a lot of, like, a celebrity time. This is like a Paris Hilton or maybe like a Kesha. She will only drink. She, you know, manic for cash. You're seeming a little shallow, Madeline Usher. I mean, come on. And the Madeline Usher in the story was no slouch. I mean, she seemed like a stand-up chick. Worried about her brother, concerned about the fate of her bloodline. By all respects, you know, attractive, seemingly pleasant to be around. Just a genuine good person. I think you, Madeline Usher, are perhaps not necessarily staying true to form. Also, we kind of need a little bit of a stress relief for Simpkin. You know, I think we'll send Simpkin on another mission and see if maybe we can get his stress down with some extra criticals or something. He's probably good enough to hold out. We are going to give Karen Murphy, however, the blood pendant that we found. No reason to not equip that. Murph's probably going on our next mission, and I don't want to forget, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that out of the way. But with that taken care of, let's take a look at our upgrades. We should have enough deeds now to upgrade our blacksmith. Just curious about the guild very quickly, considering buying some abilities for some of our units, too. So we can. Let's definitely do weapons before armor, and then we'll try and pick up enough deeds to get armor smithing next time. Now, we are going to go to the guild and do a little bit of ability adjusting as well. So for Sir Roderick, I am not a huge fan of Bulwark of Faith or Stunning Blow, either one. Neither one is particularly good. I do like Holy Lance, so we're going to buy that. Battle Heal is not fantastic, but it's not terrible. Inspiring Cry is actually also... You know, I think we'll go with that. We'll go with Inspiring Cry. So we're going to remap Sir Roderick's skills. We're going to leave him with Smite and Zealous Accusation. And we're going to go with Holy Lance and Inspiring Cry instead. Now, this does say that he is now better from the second position. But that's simply because Holy Lance actually only works. The reason I like Holy Lance is it's good for if he gets pushed back, he can still do damage. And it has a fantastic critical modification. Holy Lance criticals a lot. So it gives him a chance to do damage while moving himself back to his proper position. Halfcock Jack actually has, I think, exactly the abilities I want. Nope, he still does Take Aim, and I don't necessarily like Take Aim. So it's to the guild for Halfcock Jack as well. Wicked Slice is very good. Point Blank Shot is actually also pretty good. Duelist Advance. We're going to go with Duelist Advance then for Halfcock Jack. So let's remap Halfcock skills as well. We're going to keep Open Vein. Of course, we're going to keep Grape Shot Blast, we're going to keep Pistol Shot, and then we're going to go with Duelist Advance as well. That's got Jack sorted. Murph, actually, I think is perfect. She has exactly the abilities I want. She does, in fact. These are the 4 abilities I like for my Hellion. No need to adjust Murphy. And I'm just making sure that our lineup for sort of our greatest characters here are all totally where I want them. Madeline, actually, we need to adjust her skills a little bit, but since we already sent her off to get wasted, we're not going to be able to convince her to come out of the bar to head over to the guild. We're not really going to be able to pry her out of there with anything short of a crowbar and an excavator. Hannibal Lecter, get to the bottom of the list. You're rank 0. What are you doing up here among your betters? Huh? Huh? Hannibal? What are you thinking? Get down there. You go at the bottom, sir. Alright. So, with our abilities adjusted then, nothing else really to do but head out once again. I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode... Oh! Was there something I forgot? Seems like there was something I was planning to do that I forgot. Oh, upgrading weapons. Duh. I just built my blacksmith. We're going to do that very quickly, too. So, polish up the sword for Sir Roderick. We're going to take Halfcock Jack. Going to have him sharpen up the pistol and daggers. Can't do anything to Madeline. Murph's going to get a nice shiny new halberd. Simpkin, we're going to sharpen up the dagger and the fiddle. And Randolph Carter, of course, is getting himself a new delicious sacrificial dagger. One with an extra shiny handle and an extra deep blood groove to wick away the moisture of his fallen foes. Alright. And with that done, then, we are going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.